Morning guys, morning Helen, you alright? Hope you had a nice birthday. I had a lockdown birthday as well. Excuse me, I've got something stuck in my throat I think. Oh dear. Yeah, I'm trying Helen, I am trying. I don't know, have you spoken to anyone like the last couple of days, because I had to have 2 days off, but I'm back with it. I think I'm back with it anyway. It was great because I was teaching and then the next thing I know, my husband's lifting me onto the sofa. So that's what happened. But I'm alright now. Okay, Pilates. Can't see the top of my head, look. Look at the hair, because it's going. I've got an appointment over the weekend. Oh my goodness, can't wait. So work where you feel comfortable. It's all floor based. We do a mobility section just to get the body prepared to work. I teach you how to stand, how to hold your core, how to keep your back in neutral spine. These are things that I will tell you all the way through, okay? But it's important that you listen to your body and do what's comfortable. Now you may be someone that's very advanced in Pilates, that's done it for years and years and years. That doesn't mean to say that today you can jump straight to your advanced level, because actually maybe your body's tired today, maybe there's a little niggle going on in a joint somewhere that you're not aware of. So it's best if we stagger and work through the levels rather than just jump into a level that we know we can do, okay? And sometimes when you stick at an easier level, it means you can put in more effort. You can really be sure that you're holding in through your core and that your neutral spine is in place. So at a lower level, you can be more aware of what the body's doing and having a really good technique, okay? So just don't jump ahead, work through, so make sure that everything stays in place with you as you go from one level to the next level. So that's enough of me waffling on. So knee problems, back problems, it should be okay, but if it is uncomfortable, I'll give you a few options as we go, okay? So, standing nice and upright. Hi Marie, are you alright? I've just seen you pop up. Oh, bless you. Okay, so toes and knees point forward, shoulders down relaxed. Make sure that you're balanced and centrist. Just gently rock side to side, forwards and backwards. Make sure you've got an even distribution of body weight across both of your feet. You don't feel lopsided, you don't feel like you're leaning. We then need to find our neutral spine. So we're tilting our pelvis forwards and backwards. We're finding the position where our back feels the most comfortable. That natural lordotic curve, okay? It does differ in people if you've got a back condition, scoliosis or high kyphosis, anything like that, that makes that back have a different kind of arch to it. But it's where you feel comfortable, okay? So making sure then that neutral spine is in place, we can begin to find and engage our core muscles. So the pelvic floor, the muscle from within. Imagine that muscle is attached to a lift, and I want you to draw that muscle up from within as high as you can to floor number 10. So it's maximum engagement. Uncomfortable, unmaintainable. So you're going to lower it down to the 5th floor, and then down to the 3rd floor, and leave it there. So you know you're drawing up. You can feel some mild tension, but it's not uncomfortable. Now, drawing up through the core, you then also need to tighten around the body. So imagine you've got a belt, 10 notches on your belt, and I want you to pull that belt into notch number 10 so it goes as tight as possible. You can feel that you're being drawn in. Take it out to notch 5, out to notch 3, and leave it there. So you've got some mild engagement, that tightened feeling around the body. Holding from the core, maintaining neutral spine, you then breathe from your rib cage. Hands on the ribs, fingertips touch. Did I start my watch? I did. Take a deep breath in, open the rib cage, and release. Lateral thoracic breathing. Breathing from the rib cage and release. Relax the arms down. Hi Nikki, thank you. Yeah, join in later because absolutely fine. It'll be on the page. Gently begin to work through these feet, raising and lowering through the heels. pedaling through and allow those shoulders to rotate one way and the other. Lovely. Place the feet down. Lift up onto the toes and release. Lift up all the way up onto the toes and release. We'll do that one more time. Lift and lengthen and lower. So we're going to step forward with our left leg, lengthening the back leg, bringing the body forwards and down, and then you push back to the middle, knee comes up, and you're going to step out to the left side, reach up and over. Left knee up, staying on this one leg, steps forward, flatten the front foot, lengthen the back leg, come back into the middle, and step out to the side. Now, if there's too much balance going on, if you're not very balanced, you keep wobbling, then you can just step your foot in, she says, instead. Step out to the side, and then hold it in the middle. Other leg steps through, lengthen the back leg, back into the middle, step out and over, into the middle, forwards. Now you've got to lengthen your back leg. As you come back into the middle, everything's in place. Your posture, your core muscles, they all help with your balance. Last one here. Stepping out to the side and then hold it in the centre. Arms come up here, hips nice and still. Breathe in, breathe out, rotate, breathe in, return. Breathe out, rotate, breathe in, return. Keep those hips nice and still. Breathe out, rotate, breathe in, return. So do one more to each side, please. Hips face forward. And then release. Standing towards the back of your mat. You're going to breathe in. Tuck your chin to your chest. Breathe out and begin rolling down through your back. Soften your knees, allow your arms to hang and relax, and then when you're ready, begin to roll up again, rebuild the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae, all the way to the top, relax the shoulders down. So you reset into this set-up position. Breathe in, chin to the chest, breathe out, gently roll down through the spine. Allow those arms to hang and relax, and then when you're ready, begin to roll back up through the spine, rebuild your back, vertebrae by vertebrae, relaxing the shoulders down at the top. So we're going to be rolling down and coming down to the floor this time. So breathe in, chin to the chest, breathe out, begin to roll down. Now, at your lowest point, you're going to walk your hands forwards and lower your knees down. So you've got your knees at hips distance apart, and you've got your wrists and elbows directly under your shoulders, so your back is nice and flat, nice and neutral. Breathe in. As you breathe out, push one leg straight out behind you, and then breathe in to drag it back in. Now you're going to alternate from one leg to the other. You're pushing the leg away, creating resistance between your foot and the floor, feeling the engagement of the core, and then drag that leg back in. Next level, breathe out, fully extend, then raise. Breathe in, touch the toe down, and then draw the knee under. This is like one of my bugbears, because what I see a lot is this. People bring their leg from here down. You've got to lower it, toes touch down, and then draw it in, okay? Next level, you can slide the opposite arm out along the floor. Don't lift it, just push it out. And then your last option, fully extend the arm and leg, raise them up, breathe in, touch them down, and drag them back in. Now, all the time that you're working, at your level, you've got to make sure that your hips stay nice and central. Don't lean to the sides. And remember, you're taking that leg back as far as you can before you lift. Touching the toe down at the furthest point before you drag it back in. So this is swimming. And I'm going to ask you, please, maintaining your core engagement, keeping that back flat and still for one more on each side, please. Once you've completed those two, one on each side, you're going to bring yourselves down onto your forearms and elbows. Now your legs are just fully extended out behind you. And once you've got the hang of it, you're going to be looking down and you mustn't move your head. You've got to keep it nice and still, okay? So from here, all I'm going to ask you to do is draw up your pelvis, okay? So you've drawn the pelvis up off the mat, you've engaged the tummy, belly button feels like it's being pulled to the ceiling. From here, breathe in, breathe out to lower the hip, breathe in to come to the middle. Breathe out to lower the hip the other way. Breathe in to come to the middle. So you're allowing your hip to gently drop to one side, come back to start, and then drop to the other side. Keeping everything else in place. Don't try and look down your body with your head. You've got to keep your head nice and still. Looking down, drawing up through the pelvis. Imagine your belly button is being drawn up towards the ceiling. So in this little hip drop, you're working through your waist, your core, and you're strengthening through your back. If you want to work a little bit further, then your knees come up. Breathe out as you lower. In as you return. So you've got your level, knees down or knees up. Either way, make sure everything's in place. Otherwise, you're not actually going to be hitting the target areas, your waist and your abs. So I'm going to ask you, please, in your hip drop, for one more to each side, then you're going to gently lower all the way down. So we're going to come into an exercise which is going to work through our hamstrings, so the backs of the thighs, and the glutes, which is your bottom, okay? Forehead is down. Do you know, I washed this blanket the other day. Oh, it still smells of fabric softener. It's lovely. So if I fall asleep, carry on without me. Hands in the small of your back, legs fully extended with your toes pulled away. Bring those legs together. Breathe in. As you breathe out, raise both your legs. Now this is now your start and finish position, okay? So breathe in. As you breathe out, heels to the bottom. 1, 2, 3 times. Then breathe in and lengthen. Don't lower. So head down if you can. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3. Breathe in and release. Now your belly button should be drawn up. Imagine there's an ice cube underneath your belly button, okay? It's cold, you don't want to touch it, so you've got to draw up the belly button so your core muscles are engaged. Working through the hamstrings and the glutes, also strengthening through your lower back and through your abdominals, through your core. So you can always do one leg at a time if you need to. Well done. I'm going to ask you, double leg kick, okay? I'm going to ask you for 2 more breaths. Once you've completed those 2, legs all the way down, release the arms. Coming into a leg pull, okay? So you're going to look down between the wrists, so your head and neck is in line with the spine. Draw up your pelvis, and straight away you're in level 1. Level 2, coming up onto the toes, knees off the floor. Hold and breathe. Level 3, make sure your hands aren't going to slip. You're coming all the way up, Remember, wrist, elbow, shoulder in line. Don't have your arms too far forwards. Also, you've got to be in a straight line. Very often, I will see this, hands out wide, or I'll see this, where the legs are out. I'd like you, straight line. So we're not in a triangle shape, we haven't got a wider point, everything's in line with each other. Drawing up through the core, through the lumbar spine, strengthening right through the middle of the body. And I'm going to ask you please for 3 more breaths. If you begin to shake or wobble, it's a sign of muscle fatigue, okay? So just rest and then join back when you're ready. When you've completed your 3, you're lowering all the way back down on your front. We're not doing double leg kick, okay? This time what I want you to do is touch your big toes together and drop your heels out. We need to keep our legs down and still, and also try not to clench through the bottom. Arms are coming to a capital E shape. Head down. Breathe in. As you breathe out, peel the chest up. And then as you breathe in, you gently lower. Don't drop because you'll break your nose. Not nice. Good. Breathe out as you peel up. Breathe in as you gently lower. So this is called Swan Dive. Now this is strength and mobility for your back and your core. Belly button drawn up, okay? Breathing out to come up. If you want to go further, breathe in and then breathe out and come all the way up. This is extended Swan Dive. And then breathe in, 1 breath in to take you back down. Breathe out, come up. Breathe in and hold. Breathe out, come up. So you're only lifting on an exhale, an out breath, coming away from the mat, yeah? And then breathe in to gently lower. Breathe out to lift. Remember, you don't have to come further up. You can just keep at that 1 level, that first level here, and lower. Only as far as comfortable. Feel any pain or discomfort in your lower back, just make that movement much, much smaller. Your back will strengthen over time, okay? Hopefully, as long as you've got no medical condition in your back. And this is a progressive exercise that you can use to help mobilise and strengthen through your spine. My back is all pinned together. I've got a cage on my spine. So for me, I need to make sure that I'm mobilising and strengthening my back as much as I can. So I'm going to ask you in your Swan Dive for 1 more. And once you've completed that, you can bring the arms in. And you're gently going to turn onto one side. Now, we're combining a lateral hip raise and a side bend. Elbow underneath the shoulder. Hoist up your rib cage, okay? So already, even if you just hold it here, you're already working the obliques, okay? Don't have the chest rolled over. Open the chest. Legs are bent, feet are together. So breathe in. As you breathe out, press the top leg back and then breathe in to release. So this lateral hip raise, this is great if you suffer from sciatica. This is one of those exercises that I would highly recommend. Any problem with your shoulders, guys, you can always do this exercise laying all the way down instead, okay? So it loosens up any trapped nerves in the lower back. If you want to go further, we are raising up the hip. Breathing out as you press back, breathing in as you lower down. Again, don't roll that chest forward, open the chest. Breathe out to open, in to release. And I'm going to ask you for 2 more repetitions, only taking that leg as far back as comfortable. Once you've completed those 2, you can gently lower all the way down onto your side. Now, as you come down on your side, your body needs to be in a nice straight line, okay? Your head is resting down on the arm. This other hand is here for your balance. We don't want you rolling over. Legs together, point the toes, breathe in. As you breathe out, raise both your legs. Now, we're going to make two movements. Your top leg is going to be lifting up, and your bottom leg is going to be kicking forwards. Separately, not together. Breathe in. As you breathe out, top leg comes up. As you breathe in, it lowers. And then the bottom leg, breathe out to kick forwards. Breathe in to return. Now you've got that hand there for your balance, but if you're able to do these movements without wobbling, then you can take that supporting hand away. Breathe out as you raise, in as you lower. Breathe out as you kick, breathe in as you return. Extra good balance, arm can come all the way over. But if you start to roll, bring it back down, okay? Remember, legs as straight as possible. And there is no set distance, no set height to how far these legs move. They only go as far as comfortable for you. And remember, you're working with your breathing. So it's a whole breath out to take the leg away from you, and a whole breath in to bring it in. And while one leg moves, the other leg remains nice and still. Breathing out to kick, in to return. Breathing out to lift, in to lower. And I'd like you please to make one more of each movement, working down the side of that leg, through the core, the lumbar spine, the obliques. When you've done those two, legs are together, and we gently lower them down. From there, if you need to give it a rub or anything, please do. We're just going to push ourselves up to a seated position. Good. My son's cooking toast. Oh, it's a good job we haven't got a smelly vision, because you'd be able to smell it. And it always makes you feel hungry, doesn't it, smelling toast? Shoulders down, relax. Even if it's like you've had your dinner and you're still not hungry and someone else makes toast, you still want toast. Shoulders down, relax. Chin up off the chest. You're going to breathe in and tilt the pelvis under. You're going to breathe out and gently lower down. And then you're going to breathe in to start to come up, and then breathe out to continue all the way up. I bought a new toaster yesterday. This is what it is. My grill on my main cooker has broken. Breathe in and tilt, so we've got to get it repaired. In the meantime, we bought a new toaster. Now, if you can go all the way down, lovely. But remember, however far you go down, you have got to get back up without wobbling those knees and without lifting those feet. So this is your roll up. Strength and mobility through the core and the lumbar spine. Making sure that first breath in, you're tilting, tucking the tailbone in, C shape. Then breathe out to lower. Only as far as you can go. So if you have got lower back issues, and this is far enough, that is absolutely fine. If you've got tight hamstrings or lower back issues, if you prefer, you can have your legs out straight. This isn't going to change the level of the exercise. It's a comfort issue, okay? So it's wherever feels right for you. The only way you make this harder is to go further. But you only go as far as you can, being able to get back up without wobbling or lifting those legs. Breathe in to tilt, breathe out to lower. Remember, you're using your breathing, okay? So let it be controlled. As you come up, make sure the back lengthens. The chin is staying off the chest all the time. Both of them. I've gained a new one. I have to keep going like that every night, try and get rid of it. Breathe in and tilt, breathe out and lower. Breathe in, start the lift, breathe out, continue. And in your roll up, please complete one more. Just got to wet my mouth again. Well done. When you've completed that one, I would like you please to lower all the way down onto your back and lengthen your legs out. Try and make sure you're comfortable, okay? Engage the core, arms down by your side, lengthen the body, breathe in. As you breathe out, lift one leg up, point the toe to the ceiling. Breathe in. As you you breathe out, slowly begin to lower the leg. When you get halfway, breathe in and hold, and then breathe out and continue all the way down. Once that leg is down, the other leg can come up. Breathe in. As you breathe out, you slowly start to lower. Now you need to keep your leg as straight as possible. And the journey down to the floor is as slow as possible. Your core muscles, literally, having to just give a little bit each time to allow the leg to lower. If you didn't engage your core, that leg would just flop down, okay? So we need to make sure everything is in place. Next level, bring the legs together. Both legs come up together. And then both legs journey down together. Keeping them as straight as possible. This is called Jackknife, okay? When they get a few inches from the floor, they'll want to drop. But don't let them, okay? Be careful not to allow your tummy to dome upwards. There is another level. Make sure you've got space. Okay, so legs will come up and then they'll go all the way over. You won't be able to see, but my toes are actually on the floor, okay? You have to add an extra breath because you've got to get your back, slower than that, back down to the mat before you start to allow those legs to gently lower all the way down. So if you're going to go all the way over, you're working with 3 breaths. If you're just lifting and lowering either with one or both of your legs, you are working with 2 breaths. Engaging the core, keeping that back nice and comfortable. Hold breath out to begin the lower. When you get halfway, breathe in and hold. Breathe out and lower. That just works you a little bit harder because the core has to keep that leg in place. So your core is lengthening at the moment to allow the leg to lower. Think of an elastic band, you scrunched it up and you're gently pulling it. That's what's happening here with the core. And then it stops halfway, like you've locked that band in place. And then you can begin to lower again and we're lengthening through the core. So in your jackknife, please complete 1 more. If you've got doing single leg, do 1 more on each leg. And once you've completed those, I'd like you to bend your legs, place your feet flat down on the floor. Are we all okay? Good. Okay. Shoulders down, relaxed. Core muscles in place. We need to make sure your back is in neutral. So you should, unless you have got a very curved lower spine, you should be able to touch your fingertips together underneath the small of the back. You find dancers tend to have those excessive curves just from where the body is constantly moving and contorting into all these different shapes. Shoulders down, relaxed, breathe in, breathe out, lift one leg up to a right angle. Should be able to reach your knee, guys. If you can't reach it, your leg's too far away. If you've got a big bend on your elbow, leg is too close. So this is the 100, strengthening through the core and the lumbar spine. If you want the next level, you can bring the other leg up as well. Make sure you've got your neutral spine. Don't let those heels drop down. So you've either got one or both legs raised. Next option, breathe in. As you breathe out, bring up the shoulders, chin off the chest, arms above the floor. Breathe in, breathe out, push the hands down. Now you can add this little pulse with one or both of your legs raised. Entirely up to you. Breathe in, as you breathe out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pushes down. So remember, you've got your 1 leg option, your double leg option, 1 further option. As long as your lower back is comfortable, legs can go out to 45 degrees. So if you've got just the 1 leg raised, do 1 more, then allow that leg to lower. If you've got both legs up, just carry on, okay? And then you'll swap legs. So if you've got both legs up, carry on. Otherwise, we're back onto the other leg. Either 1 or both legs raised, with or without the pulse. Don't let those heels drop. Right angles in the knee. Deep, full breath in. And then as you breathe out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pushes down. and the lumbar spine. If your back feels like it's pushing down too far, take one leg down. If it still feels like that, then don't have the upper body raised, okay? Work on a good technique and then progress on. Otherwise, you're never going to make it all work together. It's like a jigsaw. If you miss out a piece, you're never going to get the full picture, are you? Shoulders down. I sound very serious when I talk like that. I'm not serious at all. Well done. So I'm going to ask you, now I realise I got the wrong leg up, for 2 more breaths. Good. It's because all I can do is smell that toast. And I know he's put loads of butter and jam on it, which makes it even worse. Shall we just get some in here? You can all watch me eat my toast. Lovely. And then allow that leg to lower. So if you've got both legs lifted, 1 foot at a time comes back down. And then from here, I want you to bring that first leg back up again. Right angle in the knee, shoulders down, relax. We are going to make a movement with this leg. Bring your arms up, palms face in. Breathe in. As you breathe out, arms over, leg out. Don't quite touch the floor, okay? And then breathe in and bring it back to start. Breathe out, lengthen everything away. Breathe in, bring it back in. Good. That other leg stays absolutely still. Imagine you've got a cup of coffee resting on this knee, okay? Now, if it is too much, then take away the arms and just do the 1 leg stretch with the leg on its own. Obviously, if you're using the arms as well, you've got that really long, lengthened feeling happening through the body. If you want to go a little bit further, you can have both legs raised. And you can alternate through the legs. If you've got just that 1 leg raised, do 1 more and then change legs. You're always making sure you come back to your start position, which is right angles, arms lengthened with your fingers point to the ceiling. Now, if you know you've got a really strong lower back, you can allow both legs to go out together and then come back in. So only if you know your back is going to agree, both legs. Make sure you're working with your breathing as well, guys. Full deep breath in, and then as you breathe out, you're lengthening away the whole breath, okay? If you're moving quickly, then your breathing is too fast, so you need to slow it all down. And I'm going to ask you, please, in your 1 leg stretch, you've either got just the 1 leg raised or both legs raised. For 1 more, then you can allow everything to come down. 1 leg at a time if you've got both legs lifted. Well done. And then from there, can you please transfer over onto your side. Elbow under the shoulder. Hoist up your rib cage, chest open, legs bent, feet together. Head and neck in line with the spine. So don't drop the head, but don't kink the neck in. Nice straight line. Lift up the rib cage. You could just stay here because you're already working your obliques. You've lifted up the ribs, you've got this nice open space under the body. Breathe in. As you breathe out, press that top leg back. Breathe into lower. Hand is there for a bit of support, but if you don't need it, take it away. And then if you do want to go further, you're bringing that hip up off the floor. Lateral hip raise here. And then the side bend through the waist. Breathe out as you open. In as you release. Remember, if you've got shoulder issues, you can come all the way down onto your side for this if you prefer. Are your core muscles engaged? Breathing out as you open. In as you return. So I'm going to ask you please for one more of these. Lovely. And release. You're going to come all the way down onto your side. I often get asked, I can't get to classes, What exercises can I do at home? That is one of them, because you're working your waist, but you're also working through the lower back. Your leg pull, the plank, that's the other one that I would highly recommend as well. Laying on your side, head down, breathe in. As you breathe out, lift both legs up. Hand is there for balance. If you don't need it, take it away. Already, the core, the waist, the lower back are working. Otherwise, your legs would be down on the floor. So top leg is going to lift, bottom leg is going to kick forwards. Breathe in, breathe out to lift the top leg, only as far as comfortable. Breathe in to gently lower. Bottom leg, breathe out to kick. Breathe in to return. Breathe out as you lift. Breathe in as you lower. Breathe out as you kick. Breathe in as you return. So we've got a nice long body from the fingers down to the toes. Taking the hand away if you want to work at a different level. Arm can even go over if you want to go to the next level. Now make sure your legs are as straight as possible. Those toes pulled away. You've got a nice long body from the fingers all the way down to the toes. Remember, it is up to you how far these legs move, okay? I'm just going to ask you please for one more of each. Exhale, taking the leg out. Inhale, bringing the leg in. And once you've completed those two, you can allow those legs to lower. If you need to give it a rub or anything, please do. Now you're going to push yourself round into a box position. Back nice and flat, core muscles zipped up, pulled in. You're going to breathe in, round the spine and tuck the chin to the chest, cat stretch. Then you're going to breathe in to gently release. Gently round through the spine, chin to the chest. And then gently release. So cat stretch, you're just going to do one more before we get ready to bring ourselves to stand. And release. So from here, you're going to push back so you're into a crouched position. If you need to hold on to something, move towards that something, yeah? Good. From here, tuck the chin in, place the feet flat, and then gradually, nice and slowly, begin the process of rolling up through the back, rebuilding the spine, all the way to the top. Head and neck raise last. Relax the shoulders down. So, as you go about the day, try and keep your core muscles in place. Try and keep your neutral spine in place. Make sure you're balanced, you're not lopsided, you're not leaning. Lift up onto the toes, test that balance. And release. Good. Lift up onto the toes, test that balance. And release. So this time you're going to lift up and hold, and you're going to close your eyes and just see if you can balance. And release. Well done. So that is it for your Pilates today. Well done, guys. Remember, if you particularly like Pilates, we've got more videos of it on our YouTube channel, and scroll through our Facebook page and you'll find them on there as well. Have a lovely, lovely day. We're back at 4 with aerobics. Take care.